When I was getting started leveling my gatherers, I was confused about where I was supposed to level, how I was supposed to get gear, and what was even worth doing. Everywhere I looked, people told me something different. I realize now how easy it is, and I want to spare you this pain I went through simply by sharing the easiest way to get your Botanist, Miner, and Fisher to level 90 without spending too much gil on buying gear. After all, we're gathering to make gil in the first place. I won't pretend that this will take just a few hours like some other guides do. It's still a bunch of effort to go through, but this is by far the easiest way. Before you start leveling your gatherers, you should get two things out of the way. First of all, you should reach level 60 on a battle job and finish the MSQ quest Litany of Peace. Second of all, you should reach 2nd Lieutenant in your Grand Company. Leveling up your Grand Company is optional, but doing so will level up your gatherer leveling speed quite a bit because we're going to buy 2 items called survival manuals from there. There are 4 different ones in total. For now, the one that we're interested in is the company issue survival manual that will provide additional XP until level 40, as well as company issue survival manual 2 up to level 50. You can buy this using Grand Company seals inside your Grand Company headquarters. Just make sure to use this whenever you start gathering. On top of that, you should be saving up food that you get from doing your MSQ, and just eat anything when leveling your gatherers for the 3% XP boost. To level our gatherers, we're going to use a special zone called Diadem, which can be accessed through a place called Firmament. The quest that unlocks the Firmament will start close to the Ishgard main aetheryte, and it's called Towards the Firmament. This is also why you need to be level 60 for this method to work. To see and accept the quest, you need to be on any level 10 or above gatherer after you fulfill the other requirements. Let's quickly go over how to get to level 10. First of all, you're going to want to unlock the jobs in the capital cities, Uldar for miners, Gridania for botanists, and Limsa Lominsa for fishers. To level your botanist and miner, we're going to use Leave quests. These can be found in any capital city's adventurers guild. For example, I can get Leave quests from the quicksand in Uldar. You'll get sent out to complete certain objectives. Just run into the marked area and start the Leave quest by clicking this button. Getting these early levels is really easy and it's only going to take a short while. Don't bother buying any gear at this stage as it's not required. We won't need to buy a single piece of gear until level 50. Once you've reached level 10 on both Miner and Botanist, you can head to the Firmament. To do so, just follow the quest line in Ishgard. Once the Firmament is unlocked, you can always reach it by clicking on the Ishgard aetheryte. Inside the Firmament, you'll want to talk to this NPC to enter the Diadem. Inside the Diadem, throw on your survival manual buff and get gathering. There are gathering nodes all over the place. Just pick any that you want and harvest any node available to you. Don't forget to keep an eye on the survival manual buff, as when it caps out on the maximum allowed XP, you're gonna need to use another one. Also, after you reach level 40, you're gonna wanna use survival manual 2 instead. Gathering nodes in this place will fill up your compressed ether in the top left, wherever your limit break is. You can use this on the special ability you can see on your screen, which allows you to shoot any of the creatures running around the Diadem for additional resources. Once you're done, you can just leave the duty. Talk to the resource inspector person next to the mission commander to get your resources approved. Until you approve the resources, they're pretty much worthless. The early resources you get aren't worth that much, but I recommend you sell them on the market board anyways due to the high quantities you will be gathering. Some people will recommend holding onto these items because they're used for leveling crafters. However, unless you plan to start crafting right away, I would actually recommend selling them just to keep your bags clean. You can always use the gil you earn selling the items now to buy the items again in the future. As you approve resources, you'll also get Skybuilder scripts, which can be exchanged for special items over here. You're gonna want to use the Diadem for leveling your Miner and Botanist all the way to level 80, but we're going to supplement this with another few methods to speed things up even more. As far as your job quests are concerned, you will be asked to turn in items that you won't be able to gather due to not having enough gear at this stage. You can simply ignore the job quests up until level 53 as there are no ability unlocks to that point. Once you reach level 53, you can start replacing the gear on your gatherers. This is the one time we'll have to use a vendor to buy gear. This set is going to cost you around 60 to 70,000 gil and can be bought in Ishgard's jewel Crozier from the independent jeweler, the armorer, and the fieldcraft supplier. The gear we're interested in has the stats GP and Perception. Make sure not to buy the crafter gear accidentally. We'll need this set in order to get started with the next gearing method that will get us all the way to level 90, and this allows us to harvest level 60 nodes in the Diadem. To save you some gil, do your job quests up until level 50, which will grant you a free blue tool. In addition to using the Diadem, you should use Grand Company turn-ins. In your Grand Company headquarters, talk to the personnel officer, undertake supply and provisioning missions, provisioning. These items can be turned in once per day for a ridiculous amount of XP. You can go gather them yourself or just buy them off the market board, as they are usually really cheap. The daily GC turn-ins can also be tracked from the timers page to avoid having to run there twice. Just do these once per day for really easy additional XP. Starting at level 60, we're able to use the time-gated weekly mechanic called Custom Deliveries. Essentially, these are NPCs that request specific items called Collectables. You can gather up to 12 of these and turn them in for a large amount of XP and gatherer scripts. I will provide a link to the NPC locations in the video description, along with more information on custom deliveries. To unlock the system, you'll have to unlock Collectables and then complete the level 56 quest Inscrutable Tastes in Ishgard. Once unlocked, you can use the custom deliveries to earn scripts, which we are going to use to buy the gear at level 60, 70 and 80. If you really hate doing custom deliveries, you can skip this step, but you'll have to buy vendor gear at 60, 70 and 80 instead, which I don't recommend. Once you've unlocked Collectables, you can head into timers and then click on the NPC you want to turn items into to find out what items you need to gather. Alternatively, you can talk to the NPC in person. Find the item they are looking for by searching for it in the gathering log, as you're already used to. You can see that the item is a collectible by the little icon next to its name. Collectables have their own abilities, but here's a quick rundown. Your goal is to get the item's collectability up as high as possible. You can see the current collectability right here. The integrity shows the number of primary actions you can use. The basic rotation is this. Use Scrutiny, followed by Scour to increase the collectability, and use Meticulous Woodsman instead if you get a proc, which looks like this and has a special sound attached to it. When you have the collectability at the desired level, use Collect. Depending on how much integrity you have left, you'll be able to gather a different amount of collectibles. Higher collectability increases the amount of XP and scripts you gain. And as you get better gear, getting higher collectability will become easier. Once you have the items, turn them into the NPC. You'll get scripts in return, which you can track inside your currency tab. To use them, talk to any Scrip Exchange. There's one in Idleshire right here. The gear that you'll want to buy can be found under Gatherer Scrip, Gear, White Scrip Exchange level 60. Just a few weeks of custom deliveries will be enough to buy all the gear that you need. In addition to gear, you can also buy more advanced survival manuals from the Scrip Exchange. As you complete the deliveries, make sure to upgrade some gear pieces each time to be able to get a higher collectability rating the following week. Next to the Scrip Exchange, you can find the Collectable Appraiser. Here you can gather additional collectibles that are not time-gated like the custom deliveries. Do these at your leisure if you're missing scripts or XP or just want to speed things up. However, this is not required. These 3 ways of leveling will get your miner and botanist all the way to level 80. Just do Diadem whenever you feel like it, do your daily GC turn-ins and your weekly custom deliveries. Once you've reached level 80, leveling in the Diadem becomes mostly inefficient. Instead, we'll be using collectibles at the Collectable Appraiser in Ratzadhan. Additionally, you'll be able to complete Studium Deliveries. Don't let the name confuse you, it's not another big system. Instead, these are just quests that you can complete without any time restrictions, where NPCs send you out to gather a certain amount of collectibles for high XP gains. You can find them inside the Studium once you get there. They work like a regular questline, and you'll need to achieve certain levels on your gatherers to be able to accept them. They also award scripts as well as gatherer XP. Just do these alongside the normal collectibles and you'll be level 90 in only a short amount of time. Let's get to fishing. This is actually the easiest of the 3 and can be done leisurely on the side without too much preparation. Once you have your fisher unlocked and completed the first quest, you can go on an ocean fishing trip. Your gear is irrelevant for now. You'll sail on a ship with other players and fish for about half an hour. Each fish you catch adds to your overall score. Getting 10,000 points will award a mount, and 20,000 points will get you the title Master of the Sea. All of this is gear independent, but having a higher GP and abilities unlocked will obviously help you score higher. Bring a few survival manuals and head to the Limsa ferry docks. Over here you can talk to an NPC that will give you the sailing schedule. Next to them you can find a vendor that sells 3 kinds of baits, as well as a versatile lure. There are optimal baits to use during certain times of day and locations, but generally you will level up just fine using versatile lure. Bring the other baits as well, because often master fishers you'll meet along the way will point out what bait you're supposed to use. Also, if you really want to optimize, you can just ask what to use. I'm planning on making an ocean fishing guide sometime in the future where I'll go into much more detail on it. If you're interested, you should subscribe right now so you don't miss it. For now, this will be enough to allow you to level. Ocean fishing will get you all the way to level 90 and has a chance to grant you additional gatherer scripts that can be used on gear. So it's a useful thing to level alongside your botanist and miner. Using these methods, you should have an easy time to get to level 90 on all of your gatherers. Let's summarize. Leaf quests from level 1 to 10, Diadem from 10 to 80, GC turn-ins from level 1 to 90, custom deliveries from level 60 to 90, collectables from level 80 to 90, optionally from 60 to 80, fishers should simply use ocean fishing all the way to level 90, and for gearing you'll only need vendor gear at level 53. Outside of that, you'll use the white scripts to get gear when necessary. If you're new to miner and botanist, then chances are you don't know how your abilities work. Trust me, I've been there as well. I recommend you watch this video right here where I explain every single ability in detail and explain how to use it at the right time to maximize how quickly you can level. If this video helped you out, make sure to leave a like to promote it to other people so they can find it too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.